Hi everybody, welcome to our latest video. Absolutely delighted to be able to show you today this gorgeous Ducati D'Urville 1200 Dark Stealth. And this particular bike is a 2013 plate. And she's covered just 5,100 miles from new. And whilst we're no stranger to low mileage clean bikes, if ever there was a bike that that represented condition wise its low mileage, this D'Urville Dark Stealth would be the one. It really is absolutely immaculate. So very obvious from every aspect of its condition that it's only ever been a fair weather bike. And we'll do some close-ups and some detail for you in due course through the video. So the Dark Stealth is the matte black. In fact, everything's black other than the side of the spokes being polished on the wheels. But as you can see, we've got the black frame, matte black tank, and these really nice sort of brushed aluminium style side panels, air intake covers. It really is a mean and moody looking machine that wouldn't look out of place in Gotham City. It really does resemble a Batman style bike, but and it's a strangely beautiful bike as well. It's certainly not anything that would fit into the sort of conventional cruiser grouping, and I think it's fair to say, if you read the MCN review, they pretty much suggest that it's a complete game changer when it comes to the cruiser market. So what is it? Basically, it's a sports cruiser. It utilises Ducati's 1198cc V-twin, which is sort of a direct descendant from the engine in the 1198 Superbike. And in the D'Urville, it's tuned to 162 brake horsepower. So, I mean, other than something like a Triumph Rocket 3, for example, there isn't anything in the cruiser bracket that even remotely puts out that sort of power. But of course, a Rocket 3 is aimed squarely at a different market, and is not capable of the things that the D'Urville is from a handling perspective. So we've got 162 brake horsepower on tap, top speeds well in excess of 160 miles an hour as well. That is, of course, if you can hang on. We've got ABS brakes, care of the Ducati safety pack, and those ABS brakes work in conjunction with these Brembo monoblock brake calipers, radial mounted brake calipers. So realistically, you've got the front end, you know, sort of almost directly taken from a Ducati Superbike. But at the rear of the bike, we have something completely different. And whilst it's got this beautiful and classic Ducati single-sided swing arm with the open rear wheel, on the back here you'll see that we've got a 240 section rear tyre. And you can probably see by the close-ups that this is a brand new tyre, just fitted by ourselves, brand new Pirelli Rosso 2. And that 240 section rear tyre really sort of lends itself to the sort of cruiser style. I think the other sort of performance cruiser that utilises a rear tyre of that size is maybe the Suzuki 1800 Intruder. But certainly on a performance level, the D'Urville would leave both that and virtually everything else in its wake. It's certainly a quicker bike 0 to 60 than most of the equivalent Ducati Superbikes, believe it or not. But then we have got an awful lot more contact patch through that rear tyre to lay down that power onto the road. As I say, absolutely stunning bike. 5,100 miles with a full service history. She was supplied by C-Star Superbikes Ducati in Norfolk, and was serviced at 1,046 miles, 3,366 miles, and has just been serviced at 5,100 miles with a brand new rear tyre and a new set of genuine Ducati cam belts, courtesy of our friends at Moto V in Colchester. So we'll do some close-ups for you. As I say, this really is an immaculate example, and I would even go as far as to say it's possibly the cleanest used D'Arville in the UK. Certainly not that many with this sort of mileage, but as you can see, even on the oil cooler sort of belly pan section, there's no chips. Even looking at the valve cover there and the air intakes for the side mounted radiators, it's clearly been a fair weather bike and never seen rain. Either that or it's been fastidiously cleaned. But other than a wipe over, this is actually how the bike arrived with us. Really beautifully clean. And the right side of the bike exactly mirrors that of the left. Again, no marks, no chips or scratches or scuffs. Just everything that you'd expect a bike of this sort of mileage to offer you. Okay, you can see here that she's been fitted with an aftermarket exhaust. This is an SC Project carbon tipped exhaust with a decat pipe connected to the standard headers, and that basically replaces the sort of rather bulky twin exit standard exhaust, which we do have, which is safely wrapped up if you did want to convert it back to standard. But I think the SC Project exhaust not only shows the rear wheel in all its glory, whereas the standard exhaust does tend to sort of partially cover that rear wheel, it also slims down the right side of the bike and the back end of the bike really nicely, in my opinion. And that's before we've even mentioned the sound. We'll start her up for you shortly. You can see the baffle's in there at the moment, but the baffle's removable, so you can make it louder. So in addition to the ABS brakes, as you can imagine with a top of the line Ducati, the ABS is actually switchable, I must add that. And we've also got 3 riding modes. We've got Sport, Touring and Urban, and each one of those remaps that 162 brake horsepower in a slightly different manner to give you different throttle response, different levels of softness and aggressiveness depending on what mood you're in and how you're riding it. And of course we've also got traction control. So we turn the ignition on by pressing this button here, and you'll notice that I haven't put a key in the ignition. That's because we've got keyless ignition. The key's actually in my pocket, and you'll see we've got a split instrument panel here. Top section obviously gives you your conventional lights, neutral light, fuel light, neutral light, etc, etc. In the upper section we've got the tacho, temperature, road speed, time, and in this lower section here you can see we've got riding modes, traction control modes, and the onboard computer modes, so currently showing the average consumption, gear indicator, and the current mileage, which you'll see is showing 5,090. So just start her up for you. You'll hear that lovely SC Project exhaust sparking into life. It also gives me an opportunity to do some close-ups on the rear wheel. You will notice on a lot of bikes that have polished rims or polished sections to the rims, they can sometimes become a bit milky and the lacquer can blow. You'll see obviously this would have been a very expensive bike, it's new, and I think that's reflected in the build quality. You can see the polished sections of the wheels are absolutely patchy fresh. The exhaust itself is absolutely unblemished as well. Do some close-ups on the left-hand side here. You can see the back of the engine case there. No paint flaking or anything like that in the engine case. And even the rear exhaust port, you can probably see there. Looking as fresh as it would have done on its first service. So we'll just show you here how we change the modes. So we go into the riding modes. We just flick between sport, touring and urban. Put it in sport, press and hold for 3 seconds, and you'll see that's now fitted into sport mode. That can also be done while you're riding as well by shutting off the throttle, but it is easier to do it while stationary. Love these under-seat LED tail lights as well. Just give the throttle a quick flip. You really need to hear that exhaust in the flesh to appreciate how nice it sounds, but hopefully that gives you an indication. We've got some nice aftermarket Ducati reservoir covers as well, which are machined. But other than those and the SC Project Decat exhaust, this is a standard example of a Ducati Diavel 1200 Dark Stealth with a full service history from C-Style Superbikes and Moto V of Colchester, a brand new Pirelli Rosso 2 rear tyre and fresh cam belts for the new owner, and this bike is available at 10,495. I hope you enjoyed the video.